Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Warlord event, week 12, day 2. So today, we are going to be going and mostly messing with the Roost faction. We end up, of course, having this as we do every Tuesday, and we do still have the standard loot as always, 2 random orbs and a vault key, so we definitely want to make sure we go grab that. However, we will be able to get a pretty hefty amount of vault keys this weekend, that's for sure. Also, if you happen to have used your vault key that you got from the event and don't have a spare vault key laying around for the one objective on campaigns this week, there is one on stage 6. So if you ran out and don't have one, there is one right over there, since that is one of the objectives that we need to do. Of course, we already finished out all the campaign stuff yesterday, so already done with that. Already claimed our Karendera to max, or I should say Shade of Karendera. Quite a bit of a difference. Karendera himself is the mythic, of course. But we'll have that soon, 2 more weeks from now, or 1 more week if you bought the bigger packs. And other than that, of course, we got Vault Event this weekend. And if you're still lucky to go and get it, the mythic that's came out last Friday, still available in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests, and will be until the end of Thursday. So basically Friday reset time. So if you still want to pick up that, you still got a little bit of time. However, I would not really advise it unless you really just wanted it for Kingdom upgrades. Anyways, let's go and clear out some dailies, and then we'll probably just go straight to the faction then. Because, oh, that and Warlord event. Oh, yeah, duh. We still got a lot of Warlord event. We'll do that today as well. I haven't really touched it much yet. So, yeah, never mind. We're going to be focusing on a lot of Warlord event as well. But, actually, let's start with that. Let's start on Warlord. Good place to start at. It would help if I go get my other team, though. I still have the cheap team that I was showing during the video. Let me get the more expensive one. And we'll be good to go. Games, not in games, under guild, locked on, fight, and level has no effect. However, I always like taking the highest level ones. And we'll go for here, paste that in, boom, and we should be good to go. Okay, anything else we need to change? I don't believe so. Should be good. Okay, medals, okay, fine. Apparently there's one thing left. We got our medals. Where are the smaller one? There we go. Okay, we'll go with that. It's 200% extra skull damage. And we did buy for tier 4 because we need it for the weapon, so we will be able to go for 2 full medals, unlike normally when we only go for 1 medal and 1 partial medal, or, you know, a badge, which is what it was, partial medal is called. But, yeah, this time we'll be able to go for both. We'll go for that. Get a nice, juicy Mountain Crusher down. And that should very much be dead. So much so we could even just kill the Web Spinner, or not. Marilith, go. Dead. Hello everyone, hope all of you been doing well. Hello Defiant, hello Birdleaf, hello Bill, hello Queen D, hello Original, and hello DeCrail. Welcome everyone. Oh, he got a revive, didn't he? Well, now he's dead. No double revive for you. It's not Inferno King or something. Luckily. But yeah, the level of the battle has no effect on the actual points that you end up getting. So do be mindful of that. So you don't actually have to spam the highest level. It is based on the rarity of the battle, is what determines your points. At this point, we might as well skull kill him. Oh gosh, he would get a summon there. Here, have some skulls. There we go. Well, hello, Scotty. Hello, Matthew. Welcome, welcome. And somehow our level 30 battle went down to a level 20 battle. Go figure. Go figure. I don't have any good alignment there. And there should be enough mana to get us rolling. And at this point, might as well screen Web Spinner. And for the billing of time, he does get a revive there, but luckily we have cleanup. Especially with how much skull damage each of our skulls do. And all those multipliers do stack, by the way. Every multiplier that we have does stack for the triple damage. So all the metal multiplier does fully stack with the 3 times damage multiplier, within stack within rage, stacks with everything. Yeah, that was a long turn on his part. We're actually going to go for Marilith here. Feel like a board clears a bit better. We do have alignment, so I'm actually going to go for that then. And hopefully we have a good follow-up for it. Does not look like it, though. Yeah, I guess we'll go for that. At this point, I might as well skull kill him. Gosh, they just want to have a 100% chance to revive today, don't they? There we go. What do you think of the Great King coming back into rotation? You mean in Soulforge? Or when do you think? I don't believe he happened this cycle, so it could be soon. This cycle should be nearing its end. But I don't think Great King was on it yet. So if that is the case, it should be within a month or less. If that is the case. Otherwise, it could be a while if he already happened this rotation. Yes, I do have more codes, by the way. Oh, yeah, I should have put that in the title. But, or mentioned that earlier. But yes, we do have more codes. It was from Kafka, though, not Salty. But yes, we do indeed have more codes. Which is something we haven't had for a while. But yes, we'll have a code later to stream. We'll do it when we transition out of our dailies into the faction stuff. We'll go hand it out. Yeah, they should be back to normal now. Kafka's just going to be handling it now. Hello, Corey. Welcome. What on earth is the level of this battle? It has moved to like every level possible within this range. Keeps going up and down, up and down. Hello, Barbara. Welcome. And hello, Corey. Oh, got a mountain down. Grab another cast, and that should be dead already. Easy. That's how I want all of them to go, ideally. Super high damage skulls, and they all just faint. Easy as that. Now it's all the way up to level 70. But yeah, they should keep giving 2 points regardless of how many we do here. Should be 2 points every time. Assuming it's all on the same rarity. Hello, Isabel. Welcome back. That should be match. With exceedingly overkilled. And it was star turn. Yes, we do have codes. Once again. And look, it went from like an 80 down to a 40. So weird. That's still 2 points every time. Technically, it would be most optimal to be chasing the level 10s the whole time, or, you know, lowest level. That's always like doing the highest level in case they didn't mention that doing the higher level gives more points, but from what I could tell so far, no. As it said, they do not give any additional points. Well, I didn't say that, but it could be inferred based on what was said, that they wouldn't give any additional points, and they don't. I was hoping we'd have alignment after that. Luckily we have it after that, and I should pretty much be dead. One more skull will do it. Unfortunately, we don't have an option for it. Now we do. What's the third card we're using? Glaceon. It's one of the legends from Drakzoom. Unfortunately, it's not a it's not a faction legend, so you will have to get it through random drops from Glory Gem Guild or VIP chests if you don't have one. Otherwise, running any amount of skull spam is pretty good. Raph is like the next best bet if you don't have Glaceon. Yep, still getting 2 per battle, it looks like. However, making pretty good progress on the stages already. Also, if anyone wanted to join the guild, We do still have 3 spots left. So if anyone is interested, let me know, because we still got room. If you can do 1.5 million gold per week easily and participate in all guild-related events, let me know. Still got 3 spots left. We'll go for mountain. Hello, Steve. Welcome. Oh yeah, the game has gone a long way since the beginning. It's almost unrecognizable. Oh, I have Web Spinner up, but you could have already won. Not that big a deal, though. Forgot their stats were so low. Didn't need to necessarily go down the Skull Spam route, but oh well. So we should be getting 4 points per battle here now that it's legendary. Level not mattering at all. Just the rarity of the troop. Or of the battle, I should say. Though whatever the troop name is of the rarity as well. Like the epic ones name epic troops, the legendary one named a legendary troop. Alright, so now the weakest ones are 60s. Which technically should be what we go do, but oh well, we'll take the higher one. Oh, can we get any alignment there? No. We'll go for mountain. That's not a mountain. Hello. Wrong one. Alright, now we'll go for mountain. Also, let me go claim the rewards. I don't think we have enough for a medal upgrade yet, though. No, another badge. I believe we need the next 3 stages. And that'll give us another badge, and then we can do it. I believe it requires stage 11. And at that point, we almost would be done with the event, unfortunately. Yes, the new mythic is useless. That hasn't changed. That is very much still the case. Always has been. I don't really foresee it changing. Also, where are all those Gargantars at? I haven't cycled through a single Gargantar yet. I don't need them, because we already completed that objective yesterday. But they sure are hiding. Once we get into the next set, they should appear quite often. Yes, it's just highest rarity for the Warlord event. So you'd actually want to take the lowest level, but highest rarity. That is correct. The only reason I've been taking the highest levels is because I generally just always do. But no, it's actually better to take the lowest level but the highest rarity. Always take highest rarity. That's the most important thing this week. For the Warlord event. That wasn't enough to kill. Marilith into one more should do it. Does this summon has too much durability, in which case it does. Oh, even he has too much durability himself. Gosh, how many more revives do you want to get? There you go. Yeah, like right now you'd want to do a level 60 room. I'll still do 120. The 61 would be better, because it gives the same amount of points. We're doing, what, an epic battle right now, so it should give 2 points even though it's a higher level. And that will never change. And this one will be worth 4 points then, regardless of its level. What do we need there? We'll throw it. Actually, is that aligned? Yeah, that is good. Okay, and one more skull. Take it out. Be good to go. Okay, next thing. Click through that. I think we'll leave that there for now. Let's go head over to dailies. Clear those out. We'll hand out code. And then we'll go run delves, since that'll take up a good number of time. Okay, so metal setup. What are we running for delves? Let's run the setup for quick kill and niche, which should be armor. We do not have an armor setup right now. I guess we could have just kept magic and went for the Nisha or the Anu. I mean, I'll get it right eventually. The Phoenicia, but since we already switched to this, let's go use this. Oh, how many crowns did we get in our other game? 10. We did really good. We had a 66% win rate. It's the highest win rate we ever had on a day. Also, there's an achievement for getting 5 wins in a row. And we had 4.5 wins in a row. It was very disappointing. We lost on the final one. On the final cycle. Not sure if we're ever going to get that achievement. It is exceedingly hard to win 5 rounds in a row. Because you're up against 60 people each time. So that means you have to win first place 5 times without losing a single time in between. What's your banner and hero class for what we're using right now? Any hero class in the game can be used. However, for this exact setup, Archmage just works best. And banner we're using is you should always use +2 blue, +1 green with Rowan. The reason for this is the Leprechaun covers another +1 green, so you have a +2 green-blue total. This is very useful because of 4 times or 5 times on blue or green, we'll end up getting full mana. Oh, for the Warlord event? I believe I used a +2 brown, +1 purple. I'll go double check. I do not remember, actually. Even though we were just using the team. Yep, I was right. +2 brown, +1 purple is what we use for it. But, yeah, +2 brown, +1 purple is what we're rolling. Had a feeling that was the banner, didn't know for sure, but it is. There we go. That reminds me, I need to go open up Discord. I forgot I didn't put them in the thingy yet, so I need to go over there. Or just make like a little word or notepad little thingy. Keep track of them all. But for now, let's go open up Discord. Because we're going to need that. As soon as we finish out dungeons, I think we'll go hand out the code. And then we'll go head over to the faction event. And then get the entirety of the faction complete. And then tomorrow we'll focus on the Warlord event. And then Thursday we got class event and whatever else we need to wrap up. Because once Friday hits, we will be grinding out heavily on the Vault event weekends. And if anyone has if anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. I'll make sure to do so. Gosh, adventure board was horrible today. We've been getting a lot of pretty bad adventure boards. Very rarely I've been getting the small little nice thing like the deeds the other day, but this has definitely seen better days. Oh, there we go. That's the last one. Okay, next order of business. Let's clear our dungeons. Then we'll hand out code, and then we'll go and head over into the faction. I already made sure to buy up the potion so I wouldn't forget. How do you get the weapon I'm using? It is obtained in Soulforge during a during the week of a Golvania event. It's pretty expensive to get during it. As far as resources, I think it's like what, 1,000 diamonds, a bunch of purple. I think like 2,000 something purple. Yeah, it's next Golvania event you'd be able to get it. Let's make sure to keep a reserve of a couple thousand purple and about 1,000 diamonds. The next Golvania event will have it. I don't know if we currently know what next Golvania event is. It's definitely not in the next few weeks. So thank you, Will. Yeah, our streams tend to be pretty chill and relaxing. Is Web Spinner from chess only? Yes, he's in the Glory Gym Guild and VIP chess. You'd be able to target him a little bit if we ever have a Zol carry event. Similarly, I do not believe we're getting a Zol carry event anytime soon, though. Didn't someone say something about deed books being campaign rewards? Yes. It was mentioned on the forum by the devs themselves. It is confirmed that at least one of them will exist on the paid side and the free-to-play side. The exact number that will be available through the campaign is currently unknown. We won't know until next campaign. But what we do know is that they will exist on both sides, meaning that minimum one is on the free side and one is on the paid side. However, it could be a much higher number than just one. However, the exact number we have not the slightest clue until it happens. Okay, so let me go hand out a code, and then we'll go do Fell Roost. So this is something we haven't done for a while. If any of you normally aren't aware of codes, basically there's a small little thing that you can use on the Gems War forum. It only works on PC mobile version, and you just get a little bit of resources. It's 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold, and 2 treasure maps. That's not what I want to go to. Where's the what am I looking for? Oh yeah, Gems of War, so I can go to the code section. Duh. Gems of War. Anyway, I can get the link from there. Loading, loading, loading. Where's the game code section? Redeem code. Loading, loading, loading. Loading, loading. We got it. Okay. And we put that right over there. Copy the whole thing. And there you guys go. There's the code. Use on gemswar.com for the game code section, or simply click on that link. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there is what you put in. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Let's copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with TR. And it gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. For whatever reason, the gem key still does not appear on the thumbnail. Well, I guess it's because it has the little plus thingy. I guess that kind of makes sense. But anyways, of course, the main reward is the 1 gem key. That does give 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. As it always does. But there you guys go. Now I can start slowly accumulating gem keys again. Though I'm actually at a bit of a surplus for once. Oh, I was about to do explore. That's not what we want to go do. What we want to go do is run the faction. So, do we run finesse? What do we have options for? Was it yellow and purple, I believe? Yeah, yellow and purple is restriction for sure, based on that team. So let's just see what we can build real quick. I also kind of want to go a Harpy Mage into some kind of weird quick kill. Why do I keep going the wrong mode? Also, I should probably change my metals. I believe we need yellow, purple. We're probably going to need spell damage. So we'll set this. What else do we need with that? Not sure which team we want to go run. We could always run finesse if we really, really wanted to, but let's start with Harpy Mage and build from there. So build a Harpy. Full mana on second turn. What's every empower that we have access to? We can feed red. We can feed red. Converts away brown. We could build a really weird team then. And then just go double gargle. Is that worth it? I feel like it is. Oh, we can't use gargoyle. It's yellow. Duh. Never mind. Okay, scratch that plan. Weaver has enough damage for most of the lower range, but doesn't use red. What's everything that uses red under this category? Anything that would kind of do it. Technically, we could go Dawnbringer here. I don't think that is worth it, though. Yeah, we might just go with finesse team. We might just go with standard finesse, to be honest. Let's keep it simple. We showed it for the video. Might as well just use it. I'm just going standard finesse. To do that, we need to go to this one. Wrong one. To this one. Let's just run some standard finesse. This is a pretty good faction to do it for, based on the fact of how much yellow and everything there is on each of the battles. Okay, and we're going to change our weapon, however. I only showed this weapon because it would be super cheap for the thing. However, give me that glaive. And we'll need to change our banner accordingly. I was originally going to show this for the video, and then I was like, oh wait, this is way too expensive for the super cheap team if we're going to show that weapon. So I ended up just changing it to a Mountain Crusher. I mean, to a Black Manacle, I mean. So all you have to do is take yellow, and then you pretty much just auto-win. That's how this works. That is very much how this works. One reason I kind of actually want to go down the finesse route, there's a 50% revive on the final battle. And for that reason, finesse can actually clean it up a lot easier than a full AoE. So this is one instance where I don't think Guard's Avatar will be as good. Yeah, Alchemist Moneylender combo is pretty strong. It was pretty meta back in the day. Well, not like way back in the day, but when Moneylender came out, it actually was a pretty viable team. It eventually became not as viable, though. Also because gem spawning compared to other options just wasn't as good. And still kind of isn't in many instances, but it could still be pretty decent for mana accumulation. Yeah, once the finesses start, they just get everything. It's really nice. Very nice. Oh, so hello, John. Welcome. Do I have a video for lower level gold farming teams? You're around level 230. That early on in the game, you can't really necessarily farm gold directly other than just doing PvP. There's not really like a specific team you would use. You would just run PvP very quickly. With whatever you can do it with. The cheapest gold farming teams tend to use at least one Cedric. If not two. The best gold farming team in the game, that once you have it you can use even if it's earlier in the game, is double Cedric, Egg Thief, and Skeleton Key. It's the highest gold rate team in the entire game. The only problem is getting double Cedric. You can kind of do double Necromancy there instead, but Cedric ends up speeding it up a lot, especially two of them, as far as the gold rate. When will Nimbus Bow be released again? I forget what Kingdom Nimbus Bow was for again. Wasn't it for Stonesong Aerie? I mean, not Stonesong Aerie. I mean, Suncrest. But whenever the next Suncrest event is when it would end up being available. I believe that's a Suncrest weapon. Pretty sure it is. So hello, Michael. Welcome. Let's see. We'll grab, we'll try taking that for now. Grab our yellow. We failed that, so we'll go for that. Take our other yellow. Move that over. Grab that for free. Throw those down. He's going to get a little poke. His explosive poke. And he's dead. Number 1, poke number 2, and you have been finessed. First round down. Skeleton Key doesn't necessarily need all of its perks. I don't think any of its perks are really required to do a gold farming team. Yes, you could do Essence of Evil instead. You can put almost anything as your weapon. I just happen to use Doomed Glaive. You may have noticed we haven't even cast it a single time yet, though. But, we might later on. But you can put literally any weapon in the game there. Doesn't even matter what it is, because you're going to mana generate for 18 mana after, you know, divisible by 6s. So, it doesn't matter what weapon's actually there. You're going to get full mana on it by the end. Yeah, if you don't have the Cedrics, Vodawent weekends can end up giving a lot of Cedrics. Like more than you'll ever need in a single weekend if you grind it enough. Gives absurd amounts. That's why I did that. I already had the kill condition off of that. I will cast another finesse because at this point it's quicker. Slightly bad move though. Oh, it's not going to make that big of a difference. So every single one of these starter battles, we ideally want to go for a yellow. And that just gets everything rolling and then we win. It's not exactly a full AoE, but it works like a gargoyle in the sense that you tend to cast it twice and then win. Has very much that same capability. A double cast into a win. Oh, he actually got a kill on me. Was that Skyla? Pretty sure Skyla just got an instant kill on us. It shouldn't be too big a deal, though. We technically only need 2 casts. And when they chant, we're going to get the rest of full mana anyways. Oh no, 1 HP. How could you? Hello, Chad. Been doing pretty good. Also, am I still running on armor from earlier? I should be running on 20% mana start into 8 magic. Okay, good. That's what we're running. Just making sure. Oh, why did I do that? I got rid of my yellow. Luckily, it got right back in. Okay, yeah, I gotta be careful of that. I get to explode 1 yellow. That can backfire if you know, need that yellow area. Which will happen sometimes with this team. Oh, we were one whole troop down the entire delve, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, with the gold farming team, you can either use Greed or Leprechaun. Both of them work well. It really just depends if you want the gold more immediately, or if you want more mana immediately. Which one you prioritize more. Surprised we haven't been seeing more revives off the troops, particularly that last final legendary with that 80%. It's gonna get us eventually, though. What's the best way to deal with a 3-summon troop in Gargantor? What do you mean by 3-summon troop? It sounds like a team you could just burst down with damage. Spell damage, that is. Obviously, you can't skull spam a Obsidious. Well, you could, but it's just less effective. Yeah, Leprechaun's more effective with double Cedric for sure, due to the amount of gold that one single cast ends up giving. The only problem with that team is it sometimes doesn't reach max capacity of gold. Also, don't forget, we did have an objective this week to go do delves. 3 level 90 delves or higher. Of course, I did that yesterday by doing level 500s. However, if you haven't already done it, this event could be a good way to go do it. You might need to buy a little bit deeper into packs, though. But today is definitely a good day to go do it if you're interested. What do we need here? Finesse is obtained in the seal key drop table. Should be pretty easy to get a copy of it. It's only a common, and a really common at that. It's even more common than a normal common. It's like an ultra common. Oh gosh, that did rather underwhelming damage there. We should be able to clean with that pretty easily. Oh, I got a Cedric room here. Still not sure exactly what you mean, Chad. Gets a summon. Oh gosh, you got to summon again. Keep destroying it. Got to summon into 100% summon. Very unfortunate. That happens. Oh, what do we even grab here? I'll take that for now. Get our free turn. Grab our yellow. That'll be enough to get things rolling, and he's pretty much dead. And we get to do double damage against yellows, and almost all the final battle is yellow. Anything that didn't pretty much evaporate immediately was a non-yellow. That's still easy to take out. A bunch of useless ingots. I should stop giving it to you once you reach like a certain threshold, like 1,000. Like, gosh, do we have too many of them? Oh, the first battle is actually 4 times yellow. I thought it was 3 times yellow. The final battle is 3 times yellow. But wow, the first battle is 4 yellows. Nice. Very convenient, given that finesse gets to do double damage to all of them. which obviously is super overkill in many situations, which is what we want, as long as it's still timely. Overkill is good if it's still in a timely manner. I think if it wasted time, would that be bad? But it doesn't. I could have went for an AoE and already won. Whoops. Well, since we're doing finesse, might as well keep doing it then, at that point. You have finesse and ferocity teams. Well, other troops have a similar effect. Well, all 6 of those guardian troops do, but they're not necessarily all useful. Finesse is actually one of the most useful for delves, and it mostly has to do with its mana loop. This method only really works with finesse due to the fact that it gives 6 mana to all other allies. Every other guardian troop in a format like this would not function as well. Yeah, it doesn't have that much variety. That's the only problem with this team. Like, you know exactly what's going to happen. Like, our next turn, we're going to go cast this. Then next turn, we're going to go cast that. And in the following turn, we're going to cast that. And you just keep repeating it till you win. And if he was still somehow alive, we'd cast that, then that, then that. Actually, I might have skipped in one to a Doom weapon there since we got webbed. But it follows a very similar format every single battle. Oh yeah, the Guardian troops are obtained underneath guild seals. Which are obtained when you're in a guild by doing various objectives throughout the week. You can get 2,000 seals per week, which is 100 keys. Because each key is 20 seals. And it's basically a 1 in 12 chance, assuming you haven't maxed any of the 12 Guardians yet, that a drop would specifically be... we have a 50% chance, and then that 50% chance is a 1 in 12 chance of being the finesse specifically. So you have a pretty high chance of getting them. Which means, on average, every 24 keys you opened, guild keys, you would get 1 finesse. Meaning, even if you had no finesse right now, using all of this week's... or obtaining and then using all of this week's... points would end up giving you it. But then again, I guess you kind of have to do it today, though, for this current event. But if you have some seals laying around, you should be able to get it. Shouldn't take too many attempts. Also, it being low rarity doesn't affect its damage too much. The most important thing is that you use a perpetual yellow storm. For one, you have to use a perpetual storm of some kind. However, the reasoning for perpetual yellow is, of course, to feed the yellow into them a little bit quicker. Not necessary, but very helpful. A storm is necessary to make this team work. It doesn't necessarily have to be yellow. However, yellow is the most effective storm. And Stormcaller Hero Class fully traded does that very well. Don't even necessarily need traits. So if it's under leveled, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, seals can be a resource that can definitely go into a bit of surplus. I try saving as the last gem key, or not gem key, but mythic obtaining key. Mostly in case they ever add more stuff to it. They did in the past, and I'm not sure if they still have any plans to, but given that we have epic task and legendary tasks, there's a possibility we will eventually get mythic tasks, and when we do, it would probably come in with more guardians, 6 more of them. So hello, Lestat. Welcome back. There we go, 3 more delves to go. Well, more like 2 in a part. These we got 60, 70. Oh no, we still have to go through 80. I forgot. It's 90 that would do the part of. As far as getting guardians, it actually has no effect, the level of your chest thing. However, yes, as far as overall getting better value from your seals, as far as your full drop table, it would be more effective if you waited until your guild had 20,000 or 40,000 total seals. However, as far as your chance of getting guardians, it doesn't really matter. because there'll be a 50% chance that half your drops will be Guardians anyways. So if your only goal is to get the Guardians, then yeah, you're already going to be able to. I'll take yellow for now. He will get a charm. Luckily, we do not use that stat at all in any way, shape, or form. So I'm poking us, but it doesn't matter too much. Alright, we can get a full good AoE here. And that should be a match. Let's see ya, Matthew. Well, we'll probably be around for another 20 minutes or so. As soon as we finish out the delve, we'll probably be calling it a wrap. So however long that takes. But yeah, probably around 20-ish minutes or so, 15, 20. But of course, we stream every night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every night. And I'll probably be doing Fall Guys during the day again. Probably a little bit earlier than we started today. Started really late today. I don't think we started stream till like 1:30 or something. Quite a bit later than I would normally start it. I had the video and a few other things I needed to do in the morning. That reminds me, how on earth do I still have that installed? I still have the Norton security thing that they try to like get you to pay for on my computer. I need to get rid of that. Because I use different antivirus. No point in really paying for it. But I never bothered uninstalling it from when the computer automatically had it. I just noticed that now because it gave me a little notification thing like it ever so occasionally does. And normally I forget, like, oh yeah, I'll go uninstall it later. And then later comes as I keep forgetting to uninstall it. I need to go do that today. Let's see. I'll throw that down. I was hoping to get a follow-up poke. Oh, there we go. See you, Matthew. Have a good night. Have a good dinner. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, there are troops that can summon 3 troops. If that's what you mean. There's a handful of them. Not too many, though. Cirque Wayne's actually the first one that comes to mind. I think there's a few others that have a triple summon on them. Oh yeah, it does, Cedric. Yeah. He can do up to 3 firebomb summons. I almost keep forgetting he even has a backup summon. It's not something that you normally utilize, like, ever. Because it's very slow and not that effective. I almost forget he even has abilities sometimes other than just feed gold. But he does have a charm into a 1 to 3 summon. Charm is generally underwhelming, though. That's why it seems like none. Gosh, how many times do you want to go get full mana again? He's going to do the exact same thing again. Okay, good. We finally got a different option. Gosh, he can do that infinitely if we're not careful. I almost forgot how annoying that can be. It almost has a little bit of an Inferno King in it. Because it gets a fully empowered egg. It has a 50% chance to make that fully empowered egg. And then that fully empowered egg has a 1 in 3 chance that it'll make the exact same thing again. Meaning that you could go right back into the cycle. Where you go 50% to 33% to 50% to 33% back and forth forever. Obviously, realistically, it would never go on forever. But, yeah, I kind of keep going back and forth. Oh yeah, we always do the full delve whenever we do it on a Tuesday. The only reason we speed through it on Friday ones is mostly because there's so many more battles to do. But it's only a small handful that we have to do on Tuesdays, so we always play them out. Plus we kind of have to in order to be able to go do the do it within only 30 gems. Otherwise it would cost more if we tried speeding through it on a Tuesday. It just isn't worth it compared to playing them out. Because you can get it done with only 30 gems if you just play them all out. Which, of course, is what we're doing. And normally completing up to 80, as in going to 90, is enough to get it done. But yeah, we do the rest of this delve, the next delve, and then boom. It's generally almost enough points. It can actually be enough points depending on how the multipliers are for the delve. But normally I have to dip a few battles into 90. However, it is worth potentially going a whole nother pack if you want to go do the objective this week on campaigns via these delves. Because as soon as you hit 90, you can then do 90, 100, 110, which will count towards your 3 that you need for the objective this week. Yeah, I had Inferno King respawn 7 times. Yeah, I've seen some pretty high numbers. I'm not sure what the highest I've ever seen is. Pretty sure I've seen a 7. But yeah, that 25% chance can get very lucky sometimes. It's very rare, but it can go very crazy on occasion. Would you like to click? There we go. Kill the summoners out first. Actually, they're all summoners. Everything except the first slot. Well, there we go. Nice damage distribution. Right into finish up Doomed Glaive. Oh, that completely missed. That's unfortunate. It's not really going to matter, though. No amount of damage shall destroy them. Or at least not with those stats. He won't be able to. Gotta go way deeper than this for them to really be able to get through a finesse. I don't think they can start killing finesse until about 30. Or 300, I mean. Why did I do that? I could have just done finesse there as well. That wouldn't have been enough. Oh well. Not too big a deal. Yeah, rushing them down can burn through a little bit of resources. However, you tend to have so many of them later in the game. Obviously, it takes quite a while before you eventually reach that surplus section. But it is eventually reached. We have more shards and stuff than you ever could possibly use. Oh, I forgot. That's the other reason why that does almost no damage. I forgot the Entangle. It's one of the reasons why we even use Doomed Glaive. So that we have that Entangle so they don't go crazy or too crazy. case it does miss and everything. I got one more set as far as the full thing, and if we still need another battle or two, we'll do another battle or two. And that'll be a wrap. So if anyone has any questions, now would be a good time. Otherwise, the next 10 minutes or so, probably wrap up. Since each battle takes like a minute, probably even quicker. Like these really early ones. If this doesn't get a revive here, it is already dead. And that'll be all the points we need for 2 orbs and a Valky, of course. Always good to do these Tuesday events. They actually have the best reward of any event in the entire game relative to how much you would need to spend to go and get it. Except for maybe Bounty Hunter if you did Bounty Hunter for free. But it happens every single week. Of every single weekly one, it's definitely the highest. These Bounty Hunters is something that only happens once a month. Similar to the Vault event thing that's happening this weekend. It generally happens about once a month. However, this is every single week on Tuesday. These is 30 gems for 2 random orbs and a Valky, which is insanely good value. Plus you're getting more on top of that, just discounting the really big loots. I went for that just in case we would need to. And then Doomed Glaive Cleans. Can you explain the freeze mechanic in detail? So, freeze is actually one of the more complicated abilities in the game. It basically has 3 main conditions on if it'll freeze something. If your first slot is frozen, your skulls will be frozen. Meaning if you take a 4x, 5x skull when your first slot on your team is frozen, you will not land an extra turn from that. The next condition is all the colors that are related to something that's frozen. So, for example, if we were frozen on something that is yellow, anytime we take an extra turn off a yellow, we will not get the extra turn. Similarly, if we were like blue-purple and frozen on that, both blue and purple would be frozen. And if it was in first slot, as it is now, you'd be frozen on skulls, blue, and purple, if that was the only thing that you were frozen on. And the other condition is anything that has an automatic extra turn, so like goblins, for example, where they have an extra turn on their ability. If it specifically is frozen, then it will deny out the frozen on the ability. However, one interesting interaction of extra turn, or extra turns in general, is as long as you hit 1 extra turn, it invalidates every single extra turn that you removed. So, for example, if you were to take like a 3 off the board into a 4x, normally that would, of course, give you an extra turn. And the same thing applies for a freeze. So if you were to go and do your move, do a move where you are frozen on it, however, still land an extra turn that you weren't frozen on, you will still maintain your turn. So an example of that would be, let's say, Truffle creates green and brown. Let's say your other Truffle, or actually let's do something a little bit easier. How about Mountain Crusher? Let's say your first slot Mountain Crusher is frozen, which is brown, and then you create green and brown, and you land a brown extra turn. This would be denied. However, because the Truffle itself wasn't frozen, you would still get the extra turn. Similarly, let's say the other Truffle was frozen. So you have 2 Truffles on your team. The one that you're casting is not frozen. The other one is. You're frozen, and let's just say also brown is frozen. So you're frozen on green, blue, and brown at that point. Which means if you get an extra turn on both those green and the brown, you would not get the extra turn. However, the Gob Truffle itself, the one that is casting, is not frozen, so you would still get your extra turn. And similarly, another instance in the same example, let's say you were frozen just specifically on that Truffle. You'd be frozen on green, blue, and it would deny his extra turn that he automatically has on his ability. However, if you extra turn on brown, you would still get your turn, because you still hit an extra turn on something that you were not frozen on. And that pretty much fully explains freeze. I might have made it slightly more confusing than it needs to be, though. But that's pretty much the full rundown. Let's see. I'll take yellow for now. And if anyone has any other questions, now would be a good time to ask. Throw that down. Get a Doom in there. I'm not even care if it's aligned. It doesn't even matter. And I'm pretty sure that is pretty dead. Here, let's make it ultra dead. There we go. It does stack 2 hits there. Not everything that has ability like that will stack to 2 hits. That is one of them that does. And there we go. Is that all the points we need, or do we still need a couple battles? And, of course, it's literally 1 battle short. It's always weird when it does that sometimes. It's why I always buy the 30 gems preemptively, just to have the enchant. You almost always need it. What do I go for here? Yeah, freeze is definitely the most complicated status effect in the game. Most of the other ones are pretty straightforward. Freeze has a lot of weird interactions. They were originally going to make it where 1 freeze on your team just meant you were frozen on everything, like all extra turns. However, they ended up making it, nerfing it before it was ever released, which was good because that would have been way too overpowered. But the way that they nerfed it made it so much harder to understand what it is. But after you play against it a couple times, it becomes a little bit more obvious what it does. And we got a purple orb, nice. It's definitely really relevant to know what it does for Guild Wars. Guild Wars, you see it the most because of Frost Mage. Frost Mage is one of the best Guild War classes in the game. It's used almost exclusively for Guild Wars and PvP defense, but obviously it's more important for Guild Wars. And we got 14 gems there at the end, nice. What happens when one troop is immune to freeze, but another troop which shared a mana color gets frozen? You'll still be frozen on that colors. Doesn't matter that the other one's immune to freeze. The immune to freeze only helps itself. It does not help the other troop. So if you have something that's immune to freeze on blue, and you're frozen on a different troop on blue, you're still frozen on blue. So if you take an extra turn on blue, you will lose your turn, unless it cascades into another extra turn that you're not frozen on. But no, something having freeze does not stop those colors from not extra turning. It just simply makes that troop incapable of being frozen, unless it gets stunned and then frozen. But it basically just makes it so that specific troop cannot be frozen. But if you're frozen on the same color on a different troop, it still counts. It's one of the reasons why on this team, I actually run only blue. This team right over here, I run for one of my Guild War teams. It is a Zugov team, but where is it? Not that one. Where's my other Zugov team? I forgot what day I use it on. What day do I use that one team on? Here it is. It's actually one of the reasons why on this team, Zugov is my only blue. So we have a bunch of mana accumulation that all feed blue into Zugov, and it has immune to freeze. So we can actually never be frozen on blue because it's both immune to stun and immune to freeze. And for this reason, unless they do a curse stun, which is almost non-existent in Guild Wars, and when you see it from a mile away since we get to see what their team is, of course. Unless we get curse stun, which is pretty much never going to happen, this thing is completely immune to freeze or stun to freeze. So we don't have to worry about it ever getting frozen. And since it's the only blue on our team, it's impossible for us to be frozen on a different blue. I guess technically it could transform one of our troops into a blue troop and then freeze that. However, that's not really a mechanic that is used. But since it's the only blue on our team, we're kind of immune to it getting frozen, since it's the only one. So you can kind of use it that way. Freeze immunity generally doesn't help too much unless you have most of your team freeze immune, or if you're feeding into a color that is frozen immune. In this case, we're feeding into a color that is frozen immune without the rest of the team needing to necessarily be immune to it. Because freeze is pretty common on red day. I'm not sure why, but I feel like it's the most common day for freeze, which is one of the reasons I actually use that setup for it. Oh, sorry, Chad. What was your question? Let's see. Yeah, enchant can definitely help speed up the battles. It gives 2 mana per turn. And even if you get mana drained, it still stays. It only goes away after you cast. Chad, I have no clue what your question was. Where was your rephrased question? Could you repost your rephrased question? Because I don't see it. Let's see. Any other questions? Let me know, guys. Just reading through everything, make sure I didn't miss anything else. But I believe that was most everything. If Chad could get the question back to us. While we're waiting, let's go run another World Lore event real quick. We did finish out the thingy, right? Yeah, I believe we did. Yeah, we just claimed the last loot. Just making sure. How high is leaderboard this day? It is decently high. Gosh, 370,000 points? You'd have to buy to like tier 4 or tier 5 to go get there. It's pretty hefty. And of course, everyone who's doing 500. Let's see. Oh, you sent me something in Animal Crossing? Thank you for that, Isabel. Yeah, I haven't even had the chance to check it yet today. Let's see. For lower level delves, you prefer the Queen Zachi version of the finesse team. Yes, Queen Zachi works pretty well. It's a nice combination of like a Gorgultha into a full AoE hit. As long as you're not up against a merge, it works pretty well. It's one nice thing finesse gets to do is kind of bypass it. The need of immunity, but or you know, need of submerge to have a counter for it, but still ends up working out pretty well. I was about to go do something. Let's go run switch to this real quick and go take out the other thing. I was hello Bushka, welcome. Yeah, repost your thing, chat. I didn't see what your question was, your rephrased one, because I don't understand what you're trying to ask at all when you mentioned the other one. Let's go do these. Let's go run a couple rounds of this. Get some more Warlord event in there. What do we need here? We'll grab loose. Grab brown, get a mountain in there. And that should be pretty match. Almost this is like web spinner spam it at this point. Which seems like a good idea. Except for the fact that we're not really metal set up to go and do that. But hey, we're going to use our gold metal web spinner. If we're going to gold our web spinner, we are going to get value out of golding our web spinner by giving it 6 additional magic. Because that's what it gets for being fully metaled. It doesn't actually gain durability or offensive capability in that regard. All of its gain is magic that it gets from being maxed. Which is still good because it has a relatively below average magic. And having the +6 brings it pretty much in line with most other options. Whereas normally it'd be below most other options. So basically just evens it out a bit more. So it's not too bad that it has it. I do feel like a different one would have been slightly better though. Obviously anything that would have given it attack would have probably been the absolute best. But giving extra magic isn't bad. We didn't have an extra turn here, do we? Okay, we'll take that then. Doesn't matter, he can't block them all. Or he can, never mind. We don't have a follow-up skull. And now he's dead. Doesn't even need to do a follow-up. Yeah, web spinner with extra 6 magic. Surprisingly effective. It is surprisingly effective. I still don't see your question, Chad. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Also, I was thinking for a second, oh, we're still in Delves. That's going to be permanently gone for the rest of the Delve. No, we're not. Oh, we do need to go kill that Vow Raven. I do have alignment on that. Anything else? Anything else? We'll grab that. And one more poke will do its thing, and he's dead. Hello, Dorade! Welcome. Also, if anyone didn't grab it earlier, I think it might have been used up by now. But here's the redeem code. We have codes again. So that's a thing again. Let's see. We'll take that over, grab Mountain, get a Glaceon down. Yeah, we'll go for it. We have an extra turn on it, so might as well. But yeah, Chad, what was your question? Otherwise, we're probably going to be heading out after this battle. You still haven't reposted it. And if you are, I have no clue why YouTube is not letting me see it. What is the best way to kill a team of Gargantor and 3 summoners? Run skull spam. Was that the question? I was really misreading it earlier. That was his question based on the wording before. But, yeah, you just run skull spam against it. Didn't I already answer that? I believe I did. Earlier. But skull spam is the best way to deal with summoning. Every single summoning team, even what's his name? Even Orb Weaver. You just burst down the main summoner. Well, in that case, you burst down the main summoner. But in every other instance, you just skull spam it. Most summons do not have tank ability. So you could kind of just kill through all the meat shields very quickly with it. If there's that many summoners, you can easily skull spam. If it was only one summoner, you might sometimes target it out. But in the case of Orb Weaver, you would still do the skull spam method, even though it's only one main summoner. And the main reason for that is, well, technically two, because it has the elf thingy. But, oh, Gargantor finally. But the main reason you would do it is because of the summons not generally having tank ability. And in the case of ones where you can target it down, if there's only like one or two, you would go and target it down. But if there's something like 3, you can easily just skull spam it. Most summoners are not tanky at all. They might have high durability, but they don't generally have skull reduction traits in any way, shape, or form, more often than not. But most of them only have like a 25% skull reduction or something. So they're really susceptible to skull spam. Let's see. But yeah, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, we'll call it a night for now. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll throw a little bit more at the Warlord event. We'll do the pet, though the pet, I think I already have max, so we might not necessarily need to do that, but maybe we'll do it for the pet food. Haven't been doing as many for pet food lately. We're probably going to run low soon. And then on Thursday, we got the class events. And then Friday, of course, going into the entire weekend, which we'll be farming quite extensively, will be the Vault event. The second Vault event since we had that permanent buff to Vault event, so we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully we'll finally get our hands on an epic Vault key and go from there. And other than that, we will be playing Fall Guys in about 13 hours from now, 14 hours from now or so tomorrow. And we'll be doing that for some amount of time, for several hours or so probably. Get the grind on that. We're about 1/3 the way done of grinding every single last crown we will need to have everything in the entire game. So that's pretty cool. I don't think we'll have it done before next season, but it is possible. I believe next season is in 26 days, so 3 weeks or so. I'm not sure if that would be enough time, but we might be able to. You never know. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't forget, if you still want to get the Mythic, it is still in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests. Let's see. And she said that you should... I already contacted Kafka. We already have more codes. But yeah, Kafka gave me more codes last night. It's all been situated. But nope, it's all been situated. We got codes from Kafka. But yeah, I did all that last night already. But no, we already got codes. And Kafka should be handling it now for now on instead of Salty. So we'll be good to go on that. But yeah, we'll have codes pretty much normally as we always had in the past. So that's back to normal. And we already handed one out. I'm pretty sure it's already dead by now. But we hand out one per Gems of War stream as we normally do. And of course they have 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2 treasure maps, and 2,500 gold every single time we hand one out. And we'll have one every Gems of War stream, including morning Gems of War stream, like when we do Vault events. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you guys soon, and have a wonderful week. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.